What is OT?
An occupation is any activity you do that is meaningful to you. This could include activities of daily living, such as eating, showering, or brushing your teeth. This could also include things such as your job, hobbies, driving, schoolwork, or playing. Occupations can be ordinary and mundane, yet they are bursting with nuance, complexity, and meaning. They enrich your sense of who you are, give your life meaning, and contribute significantly to your sense of well-being. Occupational therapy is the therapeutic process that takes place between an occupational therapist and a client. The therapist and client work together to increase the client's ability to participate in the occupations that are meaningful to them. Occupational therapy is rooted in the notion that the need to engage in occupation is innate as well as vital to health, well-being, and satisfaction with life. Its aim is to collaboratively work to facilitate participation in occupations that have meaning, purpose, and person-specific relevance. OT therefore encourages, supports, and produces well-being by enhancing a person's experience of doing.
Occupational therapy is a rehabilitation healthcare practice that helps individuals across the lifespan participate in meaningful activities, or occupations. Occupations are the center of a person and makes up who they are or what provides them the most meaning or value. Occupation is a term used to describe how a person occupies their time. Individuals participate in various occupations that may vary at different times or stages in their life. Occupations include activities of daily living, instrumental activities of daily living, education, work, play, leisure, or social participation.
A few examples of who occupational therapy can help are Jack, an 8-year-old boy with autism who is having trouble focusing in class and making friends. Maggie, a 28-year-old woman who was recently paralyzed from the waist down and is looking to find new ways to experience the outdoors. David, a 45-year-old father who is looking for ways to continue being a father while also managing his bipolar symptoms. And Betty, an 87-year-old woman who has recently had a stroke and is looking to prepare food for herself again.
Who are occupational therapists? We are client-centered advocates, transformative collaborators, evidence-based empathizers, holistic encouragers, adaptive instructors, creative problem solvers. As Pelequin put it in her 2005 Eleanor Clark Slagle lecture, we are pathfinders. We enable occupations that heal. We co-create daily lives. We reach for hearts as well as hands. We are artists and scientists at once. On the surface, occupational therapy is concerned with recovering functional capacities that have been challenged by physical, cognitive, or behavioral impairments. Yet, digging deeper, occupational therapists perceive, address, and collaborate with a person, using everyday objects, environmental adjustments, symbols, and cultural meanings to open up new doors of possibility after an affective event has disrupted a person's capacities to engage in occupation. The therapist attends to the capacities and limits of the person they are working with to address their unique desires, interests, and goals. In this way, OTs are effective agents of change, dilating the scope of occupation for individuals, families, and communities that have been affected by chronic medical conditions, acute physical changes, emotional disruptions, environmental disasters, and other threats to social participation in meaningful activities. OTs facilitate engagement by teaching skills, adapting environments, and by working to root out institutional barriers and sociocultural patterns of discrimination and occupational injustice. OT is about relationships. It's about listening to and supporting a person in actualizing their desire to engage with life as fully as possible. It is the therapist and the client meeting in the junctures of difficulty that arise throughout our lives and collaboratively finding ways to support the client in doing what really matters to them and achieving the goals they set for themselves. OTs see that the way things are can always be different. So OT sees difficulty as a possibility for things to shift and change. The problem isn't a problem. The problem is a path. And we say to the client, you are not alone on that path. I am here with you. Yet the OT doesn't say, I'm going to fix you. The OT says, I'm going to step into this situation of difficulty with you. Okay, here we are. What do you really want? What do you think we should try first in order to get you there? So difficulty in OT is the path to transformation, and that path is walked by the client and the therapist together. Along that path, they engage in meaningful activity together, finding new ways of doing, being, and becoming.